Thanks very much. It's an absolute thrill and pleasure for me to be here today to help with the official unveiling of the Gorbals boys, which we'll do in just a wee minute's time. But before we get to that, I really do want to spend just a few moments paying tribute to some people and organisations that have made this possible. First of those has to be the Gorbals Art Project. It's a phenomenal organisation. You know, its product is public art, and we're about to see a fantastic example of that this afternoon. But what makes the Gorbals Arts Project really special, in my view, is its ethos. It believes in community-led regeneration. It believes that local people should be in the driving seat of the decisions that affect their lives and their communities. And I believe that the only truly successful regeneration is regeneration that's led by people, led by communities. And the Gorbals Arts Project really epitomises that. So I want to thank them, pay tribute to them, and make them a wee promise here today that I'll do what I can working with them to see if we can find a way for them back to the Gorbals where they belong. I also want to mention the Artworks programme, which commissioned this piece of art, and thank them for having the vision to do that. The artwork was funded by the Percent for Art scheme, and I think it's really important as well to say a big thank you to all of the funders of that scheme, the private developers, some of whom I know are here today. I think the next group of people I want to pay tribute to are a group of people without whom it literally wouldn't have been possible, and that of course is the models. Lee, Joe and Nikki. Lee and Joe are with us today, and in just a wee while they're going to help me with the official unveiling. They didn't believe me earlier on when I told them they had to get the high heels on again. They looked a wee bit horrified, and I'll leave them guessing whether that's a joke or not. But I've seen not the finished article, I've seen the photograph, and I think when you see this you'll know and agree with me that they've done an absolutely marvellous job. But as well as having Joe and Lee here today, we also have Ian Docherty, who was the middle boy in the original photograph that I'm about to come on to talk about. I have to say he looked tremendous in high heels as well. I'm not sure he would still look tremendous in high heels, but he told me earlier on that when the photograph was taken, his mum saw it in an exhibition in the Kelvin Hall and came back and told him about that. And he told his mum that that photo would be famous one day, and his mum didn't believe him. Well, it just goes to show he was absolutely right. But I think it's wonderful to have not just the boys who modelled for the sculpture here today, but one of the boys that was in the original photograph, which brings me on, of course, to the artwork itself and the artist. And I'm afraid she's about to have to cringe again, because I'm going to talk about Liz as well. You know, what can you say about Liz Peden? She is a prolific sculptor and artist. You can see examples of her work in many places across the city, in the Gorbals, Shettleston, at Townhead, right across the city. She is bringing art right into the heart of local communities. What she creates are community treasures, community assets. But I think what we've just heard as well is that she herself is a community treasure and a community asset for all the work she does in communities, and I know you'll want to give her, just to make her blush all over again, another big round of applause. Which brings me to the other person that we really do have to pay tribute to today, and that of course is Oscar Marzaroli, and I'm also delighted to see Mrs Marzaroli here. I understand that red was Oscar's favourite colour, hence the colour of the drapes we have over the sculpture today. This sculpture was inspired by that amazing photograph. You know, today we bandy about words like iconic quite liberally, but that word really is appropriate for the photograph that inspired what we're about to unveil here today. I was just saying to Mrs Marzaroli, before I knew anything about this, I just happened a couple of years back to stumble across an interview that Oscar had given, and in that interview he said about the Gorbals that he thought it was a microcosm of everything that happened in every other city in the world. That's an amazing thing to say about anywhere. But if you think back to when his photograph was taken, 1963, the original photograph was taken, that's not the kind of thing people would have said about the Gorbals. Back in those days, the Gorbals was synonymous with hard men and violence. And yet in one photograph, not only did Oscar create a quite amazing work of art, he cut through that image, that received wisdom about the Gorbals. And in a photograph of three wee boys running about in their mammy's high heels, he struck at the very human heart of the Gorbals. And that photograph lives on today as a photograph, but also, of course, now in this amazing work of art. Before we unveil, I just want to say one final thing about what we are about to unveil. Obviously, this is part of the regeneration of the Gorbals. And I think what Liz has created here is something that, firstly, unites, brings together the past of the Gorbals and the future of the Gorbals. And she's done it in a quite outstanding way. But she's also created what will be a living, constant reminder of something that I believe very passionately, that regeneration is above all else about communities, about lives and about people. And that's the monument that Liz has created, and I think we all owe her a very big debt of gratitude for that. So I hope all of you who live here really enjoy this. I hope the guys enjoy walking past their own statue every single day. Quite an amazing achievement for people so young, but please enjoy this, enjoy today, and enjoy looking at this every single day from now on. Thank you very much for giving me the honour of being part of today's event.
Right, we're going to do this after three.
Right, after three.
Once all the cameras all the cameras want to let us know when they're ready.
One.
Ready?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. And there we go.
TV lights on now.
One last thing. Oh, I don't know how to do it. One last thing. There's tea and refreshments round in the St Francis and sandwiches round the St Francis Hall. So please, everybody's welcome to come round and continue the celebration. Okay? Right.